Are you tired of feeling stuck, like you're just spinning your wheels in life? What if I told you that the most powerful change you could make is also the simplest? The truth is, what's holding you back from the success you deserve isn't out there somewhere, it's within you. The truth might surprise you. In the next few minutes, you'll find out the key to unlocking your full potential, inspired by the life-changing advice of Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, one of the most influential voices in personal development, once said, "Success is something you attract by the person you become." This idea shifts the focus from chasing success to becoming the kind of person who naturally draws it in. It's a simple but profound change in mindset that can transform your entire life. The core principles that Jim Rohn taught. Principles that can change the flight of your life. Whether your goal is career growth, better relationships, or simply a more fulfilling existence, these insights will serve as your foundation. Let's dive deeper into this idea. Success is not something you pursue, it's something you attract by becoming attractive. Now, when Jim Rohn talks about becoming attractive, he's not referring to physical looks. He's talking about developing qualities that naturally draw success, opportunities, and people towards you. Think about it like this. Imagine you're a magnet. What kind of things do you want to attract? Is it success in your career, better relationships, or financial freedom? Now ask yourself, what qualities do you need to develop to become magnetic to those things? Success, in many ways, is a byproduct. It's the outcome of who you are, not just what you do. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally start to attract the things you desire. This includes developing qualities like integrity, resilience, discipline, and a positive attitude. These are the qualities that people notice and respect, whether it's your boss, your colleagues, or even your friends and family. Let's break this down with an example. Picture two people at a job interview. The first candidate has a strong resume but lacks passion and confidence. They're chasing the job, almost dire for it. The second candidate also has a strong resume, but they let out confidence, show genuine interest in the role, and are passionate about their field. They aren't just chasing the job, they're someone who brings value wherever they go. Who do you think the employer is more likely to hire? The second candidate, of course, because they've become the kind of person who attracts opportunities rather than simply chasing them. This concept also applies to personal relationships. Imagine someone who's always seeking validation, constantly needing approval from others. They might find it hard to maintain meaningful connections because they're always trying to get something from the relationship. Now think about someone who is secure in themselves, who listens, who supports others without needing constant validation in return. People are naturally drawn to them because they provide value in the relationship. They've become attractive in the sense that Jim Rohn talks about. So how do you become this kind of person? It starts with self-improvement and personal development. Here's a practical exercise. List the qualities you admire in others, qualities that lead to success. Then assess yourself honestly. Which of these qualities do you already possess, and which do you need to develop? This isn't about being hard on yourself, it's about creating a roadmap for your growth. For instance, if you admire someone's discipline, start by cultivating discipline in small areas of your life, like sticking to a morning routine or finishing what you start. Over time, these small changes build up, transforming you into someone who naturally attracts success. Another key aspect is your attitude. Jim Rohn often spoke about the power of a positive mindset. A person with a positive outlook sees challenges as opportunities and setbacks as lessons. This kind of attitude is incredibly attractive because it shows resilience and a can-do spirit, qualities that are essential for success in any field. In your daily life, try to catch yourself when negative thoughts creep in. Instead of dwelling on them, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I turn this around? Over time, this shift in mindset will make you feel better and draw positive experiences into your life. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of networking and relationships. Success is rarely a solo journey. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, and who inspire you. As Jim Rohn famously said, these relationships are part of becoming attractive, because you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, the takeaway here is simple but profound. Instead of relentlessly chasing success, focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it. Develop the qualities that align with the life you want to lead, and watch as opportunities, success, and fulfillment start to drive toward you. Now that we've explored the idea of becoming attractive to success, let's talk about one of the most crucial qualities that will help you get there: self-discipline. Jim Rohn famously said, "We must all suffer one of 2 pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is that discipline weighs ounces, while regret weighs tons." Self-discipline is your ability to do what you should do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. It's about taking control of your actions and habits, ensuring they align with your goals. And yes, it's often uncomfortable. But here's the truth: the discomfort of discipline is temporary, while the regret of inaction can last a lifetime. Let's break this down with a simple daily life example. Imagine it's early in the morning, your alarm goes off, and you're tempted to hit the snooze button. The bed is warm, and getting up feels like the last thing you want to do. But here's where self-discipline comes in. You make a choice. Do you give in to the immediate comfort of staying in bed? Or do you push yourself to get up, knowing that this decision will set a positive tone for your entire day? That's the thing about self-discipline. It's a muscle that needs regular exercise. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're strengthening that muscle. And the stronger it gets, the easier it becomes to make the right choices, even when they're tough. But self-discipline isn't just about waking up early or sticking to a diet. It's about the small, consistent actions that lead to big results over time. Jim Rohn taught that success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. It's about reading that extra chapter in a book, making that extra sales call, or spending that extra hour on your passion project. Think about it this way. Imagine you're planting a garden. Each seed represents a small discipline, a daily habit or action. At first, the progress is invisible. You water the seeds, but nothing seems to happen. But over time, with consistent care, those seeds sprout, grow, and eventually bear fruit. This is exactly how self-discipline works. It's not about dramatic overnight changes, it's about the steady, daily commitment to your goals. Here's another real-life example. Let's say you want to start a new business or learn a new skill. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the big picture, but instead of focusing on the end goal, break it down into small, manageable tasks. Maybe today, all you need to do is research for 30 minutes or practice a new skill for an hour. By consistently showing up and putting in the work, you're laying the foundation for success. Over time, these small efforts combine, leading to significant progress. One of the biggest barriers to self-discipline is procrastination. We've all been there, putting off tasks that seem difficult or boring. But procrastination is a thief of time and potential. The key is to recognize when you're procrastinating and to take immediate action, even if it's just a small step forward. Once you start, momentum builds, and the task often becomes easier than you anticipated. A practical tip for overcoming procrastination is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This simple rule helps you tackle small tasks right away, preventing them from piling up and becoming overwhelming. But what about those times when you slip up? Maybe you skip a workout, or you let a bad habit creep back in. It's important to remember that self-discipline isn't about perfection, it's about continuity. When you fall off track, don't beat yourself up. Instead, acknowledge the slip-up, learn from it, and get back on track as quickly as possible. It's the ability to bounce back that truly defines your self-discipline. Surround yourself with an environment that supports your goals. This might mean organizing your workspace to minimize distractions or spending time with people who encourage your growth. Your environment plays a huge role in either supporting or weakening your discipline. Make sure it's working in your favor. To sum it up, self-discipline is the cornerstone of success. It's the bridge between your goals and your achievements. It's what ensures that your aspirations aren't just dreams, but realities. Remember, every time you choose discipline, you're choosing growth, progress, and ultimately a life of fulfillment rather than a life of regret. So start building that muscle today, one small disciplined action at a time. The value of time is our most valuable asset. It's the one resource we all have in equal measure, but how we use it makes all the difference. Jim Rohn often reminded us that time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Understanding this is crucial to living a fulfilled and successful life. Let's begin with a question. How do you spend your time? Do you invest it wisely? Or do you let it slip through your fingers, wasted on distractions and activities that don't bring you closer to your goals? Consider this daily scenario. You have a few hours of free time after work. You could spend it scrolling through social media, watching TV, or mindlessly browsing the internet. Or you could use that time to learn something new, work on a side project, or engage in activities that improve your health and well-being. The choice is yours, and it's these choices that determine your future. Jim Rohn encouraged us to view time as an investment. Just like with money, you can spend your time on things that bring immediate pleasure but little long-term value, or you can invest it in activities that will pay dividends in the future. Think of your time as a currency. Where are you spending it, and what kind of return are you getting on that investment? A powerful way to start valuing your time is by setting clear priorities. What are the most important things you need to accomplish today, this week, or this month? Once you've identified these priorities, allocate your time accordingly. This might mean cutting out activities that don't serve your goals, like excessive TV watching or unnecessary meetings, and instead focusing on what truly matters. Here's a simple exercise to help you get started. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on how you spent your time. Did you move closer to your goals, or did you let distractions take over? This daily reflection can help you become more conscious of your time management and make better decisions moving forward. Let's dive into a practical example. Suppose you have a goal to write a book. It's a big project that can seem immense at first. But if you break it down into manageable chunks, like writing for 30 minutes each day, you'll be amazed at how much progress you can make over time. Consistency is key. Even if you only write a few hundred words each day, those words will add up, and eventually you'll have finished penning. Another powerful concept that Jim Rohn emphasized is the law of diminishing intent. This law states that the longer you wait to take action, the less likely you are to actually do it. In other words, if you have a great idea or a goal in mind, start working on it immediately. Don't let the initial excitement fade away. Use that energy to propel you into action before the momentum is lost. Time also has a direct relationship with our habits. What we do consistently over time shapes our lives. Are your habits aligned with your goals, or are they leading you wide? For instance, if you want to get fit, are you dedicating time each day to exercise, or are you letting excuses get in the way? If you want to grow in your career, are you investing time in learning new skills, or are you stuck in a comfort zone? Jim Rohn's advice here is simple, yet profound. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment, repeated every day. It's the small daily disciplines that add up over time, either leading you to success or pulling you away from it. Another key aspect of time management is learning to say no. It's easy to get caught up in other people's agendas, filling your schedule with commitments that don't align with your own goals. But here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Make sure your yes is reserved for the things that truly matter to you. Now, let's make this journey even more personal. Take a moment and think about a goal you've always wanted to achieve. Maybe it's starting a new career, getting fit, or even just reading more books. Got it? Now, ask yourself, what's been holding you back? Is it time? Is it fear? Or maybe it's just that you haven't quite figured out how to start. Here's a quick activity for you. Grab a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone. Write down that goal at the top. Underneath, list the reasons or excuses that have kept you from pursuing it. Be honest with yourself. This is the first step in taking control and redirecting your energy toward becoming the person who achieves that goal. Why is this important? Because identifying what's standing in your way is the key to overcoming it. Jim Rohn often said, "You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction." By recognizing your own barriers, you're already beginning to change your direction. Common pitfalls. As you start applying these principles, it's crucial to be aware of some common pitfalls that many people encounter on this journey. Pitfall 1. Waiting for the perfect moment. One of the biggest traps is waiting for the perfect time to start. We tell ourselves, "I'll start working on myself when things settle down," or "I'll pursue my goals when the timing is just right." But here's the truth. The perfect time will never come. There will always be challenges, distractions, and reasons to delay. The most successful people are those who take action despite the imperfections around them. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Pitfall 2. Trying to do it all at once. Another common mistake is trying to change everything overnight. You might feel motivated to completely revamp your life, but this can quickly lead to burnout. Personal development is a marathon, not a short track. Start small and focus on making consistent progress. Jim Rohn advises, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Pick one or two areas to improve and work on them daily. Over time, these small changes will compound into significant results. Pitfall 3. Comparing your journey to others. It's easy to get discouraged when you see others achieving their goals while you're still struggling to make progress. But remember, everyone's journey is different. Comparing yourself to others can create unnecessary pressure and lead to self-doubt. Instead, focus on your growth and celebrate your progress no matter how small. Jim Rohn reminds us, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Finally, remember that time is a non-renewable resource. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. This is why it's so important to know how you use your time. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start working on your dreams. There will never be a perfect time. The only time you have is now, and how you use it will determine your future. In conclusion, time is the ultimate equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it's how we choose to use those hours that sets us apart. By valuing your time, setting clear priorities, taking immediate action, and cultivating positive habits, you can create a life of purpose and achievement. Don't let time slip away unnoticed. Invest it wisely, and it will reward you beyond measure